Hello everyone, welcome to GyanRajniti. Today we shall discuss about India's foreign policy, and this is the third chapter of your Politics of India since Independence book. First of all, the meaning of foreign policy. Foreign policy of a country refers to a set of strategies and principles to be followed by a country to interact with other countries or to establish relationship with other countries, particularly to secure its national interest. Now we shall discuss about the history of India's foreign policy. India's immediate foreign policy is determined by some factors. First one, World War II and the reconstruction in the world. Point number two, initiative to form a strong international organization, that is the UNO, and we all know that India is a founding member of UNO. Third one, British legacies of border disputes, poverty, illiteracy, etc. And the fourth one, end of colonialism and emergence of new nation states in the world. India was born in the backdrop of the World War and so its devastations. That means India witnessed the World War II and its repercussions. So it decided to conduct its foreign policy or foreign relations with an aim to respect the sovereignty of all nations and to achieve security through the maintenance of peace in the world. This aim finds place even in the Constitution, particularly in Part 4, that is in the Directive Principles of State Policy. We all know that the Directive Principles of State Policies are included in Part 4 from Article 36 to 51. It states that the state shall endeavor to promote international peace and security, maintain just and honorable relations between nations, foster respect for international law and treaty obligations in dealings of organized people with one another, encourage settlement of international disputes by arbitration, and all these are included in Article 51. Now, let us discuss about the foreign policy of a country. We see the behavior of an individual is influenced by particularly by two factors. The first one is internal factors, that means the domestic factors, the situation in his or her home, the conditions, the economic conditions, the societal position of the family. All this influence the behavior of a person. The second one is external factors. It will include the peer groups, the school, colleges, etc. Likewise, the behavior of a country also influenced by two factors. The first one is domestic factors, that is the internal situation of the country, the condition of the country within its boundary, the behavior of its people. And the second one is international factors, that means the situation in the world, what types of conditions are going on in the world arena, whether there is war or there is peace, there is cooperation among the country. All these factors influenced the behavior of the country and hence the foreign policy of the country. Now we shall discuss about the main principles of India's foreign policy. First one, India denounces war, that means it criticizes and rejects war and nuclear weapons and advocates peace among nation states. We all know that Jawaharlal Nehru, the first Prime Minister, is also the architect of Indian foreign policy. He believed that the present day is the age of nuclear weapons, and an attempt to make nuclear weapons will lead to destruction of the world. Therefore, he wanted to avoid nuclear weapons and war. Point number two, following the noble ideals of Lord Buddha, Ashoka, and Gandhiji, India believes in practicing non-violence even in international affairs. Point number three, an integral part of India's foreign policy is respect for and recognition of every state's sovereignty and territorial integrity. That means India will respect every country, whether it is small or big. Point number four, India is committed to maintain and respect the purposes and principles and abide by the decisions of the UNO. As I have told you earlier that India is a founding member of UNO, and hence it always follows the principles and objectives of the UNO and respect international laws. Fifth one, as a responsible member of the international community, India always adheres to and upholds all international treaties in which India is a party. That means India always upholds and protects the international treaties in which India signed. So, point number 6, finally, India follows the principle of non-alignment in international relations. Non-alignment means neutrality and avoidance of power blocks. We all know that during the Cold War period, India chose the policy of non-alignment. See, after this World War II, the Cold War started, and we all know that during the Cold War period, the whole world was divided into two groups. One is called Western Bloc, which was led by USA, and the second one is called Eastern Bloc, which was led by USSR. And during this time, during the Cold War period, some new nations emerged, and most of these nation states joined either the Western Bloc or the Eastern Bloc. And now the big question is, what did India do during that time? India chose the policy of non-alignment, that is NAM. Jawaharlal Nehru was the first Prime Minister as well as Foreign Minister of Independence India. Dazi played a crucial role in setting national agenda. There are three major objectives of Nehru's immediate foreign policy. First one, to preserve sovereignty, that means to make India independent. Second one, protect territorial integrity. We will not compromise any aggression or assumption of our territory. And the third one is promote rapid economic development. Nehru adopted the policy of non-alignment to secure all its objectives. Why did India opt for non-alignment movement? And the reasons are, India was a newly independent country with the British legacy of poverty. It had thought that if it joined any power bloc and war occurred at any point of time, its poverty-ridden economy would get devastated. So its dream was to establish a peaceful world. Afro-Asian unity and NAM. Due to its larger size and geostrategic location, Nehru envisaged a leadership role for India in the Third World. Third World means those countries which get independence after the Second World War. And all these countries are underdeveloped. Nehru's era shows the establishment of relations with newly independent states of Asia and Africa. Nehru was an ardent supporter of ASEAN unity. In March 1947, India convened the ASEAN Relations Conference. India strongly supported independence of Indonesia from Dutch colonialism. For that end, it convened an international conference in 1949. India also opposed racism and supported decolonization in Africa. Decolonization means it supported independence of the African nations from colonialism, particularly of British. Under the aegis of India, first Afro-Asian conference took place in 1955 in Bandung, Indonesia. It is popularly known as Bandung Conference. The NAM took a proper shape in the Bandung Conference. The first summit of NAM was held in Belgrade, Yugoslavia in September 1961. And these are the main founders of NAM. So thank you for